Yes! Yes, sir, baby! Let's go, Panthers. I'm going to try my best to get this without being more hysterical. Because the Panthers fucking win! Fuck all of those people who are commenting on my comments saying, I should stop doing this, I should stop doing this, blah, blah, blah. Panthers fucking suck. Eliminated in 7, baby! Fuck! Let's go. Panthers, Game 7 victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs, 6-1 at Scotiabank Arena. Goal scoring came back alive. We figured out Joe Wall. And not much problems in the Game 7 that we thought was going to be. But, man, I'll tell you this, though. This was one hell of a series. Between games 1 and 2, we thought hopes was lost. Then the game 3 with the 3-1 comeback over the Leafs. And then finishing off in overtime, Brad Marchand. Game 4 of a 2-0 shutout against the Leafs in Game 4. And then a similar score, in fact, identical score in Game 5, 6-1, which would cost Joe Wall to be relieved of his duties to Matt Murray. Then in Game 6, my prediction, because I thought we were going to win in 6, we ended up getting shut out at home 2-0, which this was the game that Austin Matthews came on. All those being said, came to this 6-1 victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs at Scotiabank Arena. And the Panthers, for the 3rd straight season, go back to the Eastern Conference Finals. 3rd straight season, and again, just like in 2023, we play against the Carolina Hurricanes. How did we get 6 points? And how is it possible that only one penalty in the entire game was called? Let's talk about this. Bobrovsky versus Joe Wall. First period was scoreless as it gets. Both teams were feeling against each other. Panthers came out swinging. They were a far better team than the Leafs were. Far better team. Aaron Ekblad took the shot off from the center ice towards the Leafs zone. It was a wrist shot, which I thought was a backhand when I first get the glance of it. But Panthers were shooting the puck a lot more. Joe Wall was stopping all the pucks. And it still became a 0-0 game. So it would become like this for a while. Panthers continue to swing. Leafs, when they get the opportunities, Bobrovsky would shut the door. I mean, my goodness, Bobrovsky making some great saves. As always, Bobby Brick Wall is back. I swear. Nylander with some breakaway chances. And each time the Leafs would get a chance in the first period, they would get denied. Nylander would get robbed. Everybody was getting robbed by Bobrovsky. Pacioretty was getting robbed with the snatch shot. Bobrovsky was awesome. He was awesome in this game against the Maple Leafs. And stopping Bobby McMahon as well. Stopping Austin Matthews. William Nylander especially. Steven Lorentz, a former Panther. Even Tavares. The only penalty in the entire game was in the first period committed by the Maple Leafs. And it was a bench minor penalty for too many men on ice. Holmberg would serve this penalty. And during this power play, Florida's shots on target was 2. And this is towards the tail end of the penalty. Both of which were shot off by Seth Jones. Both of which were wrist shots and both of which were stopped by Joe Wall. So, we go to, and this penalty is killed off. The only penalty in the entire game, killed off. Second period, though. It starts off, unfortunately, with an injury to one of the referees. It was a head referee, Chris Rooney, who I criticized being such an awful official. But what happened was with Chris Rooney, he got whacked in the face by, I believe, was Mikkola Stick, who Mikkola was just trying to go for the puck. But Mikkola was, I don't think he had that good of awareness that he was right there. That stick came up and just whacked him close to the eye area, and that looked like it really hurt. That looked like it would hurt. Blood coming out, and I hope nothing serious happens with Chris Rooney. So thoughts and prayers to him with Chris Rooney. So he had to get a replacement ref for the rest of the game. So that's really unfortunate. I hope it's not the serious for Rooney. And of course, with Mikola, it was a straight up accident. He did not mean to do that. He was trying to go after the puck. Mitch Marner was in that proximity as well. It was an accident. It was an honest-to-God accident, and Mikola didn't even see him. And you know what though? He should have seen him. He should have seen him right there. So, but yeah, man. Since then though, and again, thoughts and prayers to him. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But for the rest of the game, Panthers came alive. AJ Greer with the wrist shot that was stopped by Joe Woll. Then 3:15 in the second period, we score. He is assisted by Barkov. That's his 6th assist in the playoffs. Welcome back, Evan Rodriguez. He is all good to go. He gets 4th assist of the playoffs. Primary assist to Seth Jones, who was a eye-coordinated, locked-on, accurate shot to the top left of the goal. It is a wrist shot, and Seth Jones gets his 3rd goal of the playoffs. 1-0 Panthers. Good start of the period so far. Followed up 4 minutes later with Anton Lundell. Low swing with the tip-in, which was a rebound towards Lundell and off the wrist shot, which means he gets an assist by not only Brad Marchand, that's his 8th assist of the playoffs, and Los Serenans, 8th assist of the playoffs. And off the wrist shot, off a rebound from Joe Woll, is Anton Lundell, buries it. Nothing Joe Woll can do about it, and he makes it a 2-0 game. But then 2 minutes later, another one. It is a wrist shot off AJ Greer, which was stopped by Woll, and again, a rebound of Joe Woll, and a defenseman scores. Again, and a defenseman. 3 of them, I believe. 3! He is assisted by Seth Jones. That's his 3rd assist of the playoffs. And despite me criticizing Seth Jones for some bogus plays, he has been pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. 3rd assist of the playoffs for Seth Jones. And AJ Greer's 1st assist of the playoffs. So congrats to him. And off the wrist shot, Jonah Gadjevich. He gets it in. Make it his 2nd goal of the playoffs. Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. And Gadjevich, congrats to him. Getting it done for the Panthers. Just absolutely scoring more. But the Panthers were not done yet. Verhaeghe's shooting the puck. Sam Bennett, everyone's favorite player, shooting the puck. Brad Marchand. Bennett hit the post. I mean, that was so close to being 4-0. Anton Lundell with the wrist shot. That was stopped by Woll. Los Reyes with the backhand. That was stopped by Woll as well. A few minutes later, though, Seth Jones was going towards the net. He tries the backhand, which was stopped by Woll initially, but then he was contacted by a Leafs defender. It might have been Morgan Riley. I think Morgan Riley was the one that made initial contact to Seth Jones, and he was brought down on ice as the puck was going forward, right? He was brought down on the on his back towards Joe Woll, right? That puck went to the back of the net. That should have been 4-0. Here's my reason. Morgan Riley took down Seth Jones as he was going to shoot the puck, and he did shoot the puck. Then Joe Woll made the save. Then he was brought down on his back and then crashed into Joe Woll. But as that happened, that puck was going towards the back of the net. Yeah, sure, the puck ricocheted off the Seth Jones skates towards the back of the net, but Morgan Riley initiated the contact. And despite that, it's still an interference on Seth Jones. What? How the hell are you going to call that interference? By any means, that should have been 4-0 Panthers, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Aaron Ekblad with the slash shot that was stopped by Woll. Brad Marchand with the wrist shot that was stopped by Woll as well. Mitch Marner tries the backhand, but that was stopped by Bobrovsky, and Bobrovsky still saving all the pucks. Robin Chick McCabe as well. Then we go to the third period, leading 3-0. 20 minutes left. Panthers need to close this out. Mitch Martin with the tip-in, which was stopped by Bobrovsky. And then 2:07 into this third period, they would get the score. He is assisted by Bobby McMahon. That's his third assist in the playoffs. And off the snapshot, as good as he is, he continues to impress. Max Domi with his third goal of the playoffs to put the Leafs on the board. And a little bit of the nerves, not the anger, but some worrisome, because you never know with the Panthers, right? Just because they give the stat that the Panthers are this much and this much, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen every single time. However, 40 seconds later, around 40 seconds later, actually 50 seconds later, we get one right back immediately. And man, Brad Marchand knows what the hell he's doing. He had a good eye coordination where Loserine was going to be. He puts that pass towards Loserine, and Loserine with one of the most beautiful tip-ins I've ever seen. So Marchand got his 9th assist in the playoffs, and off the tip-in is Loserine. That was so beautiful, so sexy. Third goal of the playoffs, and they get one right back immediately. It's 4-1 Florida. Awesome sauce there. We're going to skip ahead a little bit, about 7 minutes later. Right off the face-off, and this is where it kind of like, wait, what the hell just happened? TNT was looking at the highlights of the previous play with Anton Lundell, right? So Lundell with the wrist shot that was stopped by Wall. Wall stopped Anton Lundell. But as they were looking at that replay, they didn't put the game back in time, and we missed a goal. So we had to rely on the highlights, on the replay. What happened was Barkov wins the faceoff. He gives it to Reinhart, and Reinhart straight up buries this puck into the back of the net. And it's 5-1, and we didn't even see it live. It was very quick. This is why TNT needs to pay attention to what's happening on the ice. When there's a face-off, get right back on the game. But Reinhart makes his 4th goal of the playoffs. It's 5-1 Florida, and at that point, this game is over. I'm not worried about it no more. And by that point, they have Joe Woll get off the ice with approximately 5 minutes left of the game. Then he got players like Bobby McMahon and Austin Matthews trying to shoot the puck, Morgan Riley, all of which was saved by Bobrovsky, and we would score to make it 6-1 to conclude the series. He is assisted by Loserine, got a little bit of 180. His 9th assist of the playoffs, and off the wrist shot to empty net. And it's going to sting some people, but I don't care. Brad Marchand with the final goal of Game 7, making his 3rd goal of the playoffs, and as an empty netter, Brad Marchand finished this game off 6-1 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. There you go. Shut the freaking door on the Leafs. Hey man, great series. This was a great series. All right, respect. You made it this far. You're going to eventually get over that hump, but you're not going to get over us. No way. Absolutely no way. That's how confident I was in the preview. I was this confident, but I didn't think it was going to go down this far. That's why I had it at 6. But some predictions were right. Panthers in 7. Either way, we advance back to the Eastern Conference Finals, and boy, it feels so good to say that. I mean, honest to God, man. Feels like the weight's off my shoulders, man. It really is. 0 penalties for the Florida Panthers. A lot of calls that the league fans wanted, they didn't get. And by the time this gets to 4-1, actually 5-1, these fans are again throwing stuff on the ice. No reason to do that, man. It sucks. 34 shots on target for the Panthers, 20 shots on target for the Leafs. Close. 48 hits for the Panthers, 47 hits for the Leafs. 30 faceoff wins for the Leafs, 29 faceoff wins for Florida, and I already talked about one power play opportunity. It was a bench minor against the Leafs, and they didn't even get anything. Yeah, man. 32 block shots for the Leafs. That was the thing that happened in the first period. 18 block shots for the Panthers. 7 takeaways for the Panthers. 3 takeaways for the Leafs. 12 giveaways for the Leafs. And 10 giveaways for the Panthers. At this point right now, ESPN app does not have any stars in the game. So you know what I'm about to do. Give me 1 second. Do they have it up there? Do they? No, they don't. Holy smokes. They do not have a stars of the game. Okay. Then here's my prediction. Ball prediction time. All right, bold prediction time. I'm going to say 3 players. Sergei Bobrovsky, he should get a star. Seth Jones, you would give him 2 stars. Actually, no. No. You give Seth Jones 1 star because he was the one that opened the score. 2 stars goes to Sergei Bobrovsky. 3 stars, Brad Marchand. That's who I think. Okay, it's 11 p.m. Eastern time. Make a wish for me that my predictions are right. But on to Carolina. Once again, 2023 vibes. Let's go Panthers, man. Let's go Panthers. So either way, man, thank you all so much for watching and tuning in for the rest of the series. I had such a blast. Let's go back to the Cup Finals. We got to get through one more series, and it's going to be against the Carolina Hurricanes. So, yeah, man, the preview will come up tomorrow. We'll talk about the Carolina Hurricanes tomorrow. And just know every game's going to be on TNT, and every game's going to be on, actually, let me rephrase that, 8 p.m. on TNT every 2 days starting Tuesday. Bam, man, let's go Panthers. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe for content, and I will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.